Well, hello, everybody. Hope you guys are doing well. We're on our fourth day of giveaways. I told you guys this week is my birthday, and I wanted to be giving back to my people. I mean, we're always giving back, but I'm like, hey, being something they're talking about me being gifted, let me gift y'all. And so, of course, you guys, some of the services and products that we're offering during this event, we've never introduced to you guys before. And they will be posted on the blog spot as well as the community posting permanently after a period of time, a certain period of time. And so, you're getting deals, good deals. I get emails randomly about, specific services. I'm like, I don't offer those services. Or, they'll, ask them, I'm like, yeah, I've offered that in the past. Why not? And so, by the way, you guys, I had a very long day too, honey. I am pooped. But listen, so on the blog spot, y'all, today on the fourth day up until tomorrow at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, tomorrow will be the last day of gifting. Come on in here. We are offering body oil. Now, you guys, I've always told you guys the oil and the tinctures. And of course, water, oil does represent water, the water element. That's what I was going to say, water and tinctures. But in the little droppers, right? But I have made customly, and I told y'all we can go any size with the oil. And the bigger you go, I do discount it. So I think they're 12-ounce pour bottles. I'll upload a picture of it on the community post so you guys see an idea of it, just in case whatever, you want to see it. And so these bottles, I don't know if I'm going to do it 30 or 35 because they're going to be really, really concentrated. A little bit goes a long way. You can use it as a full body oil, just lather your stuff up in it, or you can mix it with your, whatever lotion you use now. And so either way, 30 for that. During this event right now, it's $15 plus the shipping and handling, which I think is no more than $7 if you are in the United States. And then, of course, if you're wanting to get clarity, okay, on, what you may use this oil for, right? Because, of course, there's a huge philosophy about how oils and things work. And we'll stick with the basic. Your skin is, the largest organ on the human body, but it also houses your organs. It protects your muscle system and, so forth and so forth. But going into energy, you have cells and these cells are magnetic. And so when you're spraying oil, fragrances on you and you're putting oils on you and stuff like that are charged for magical purposes, because of course you get oil anywhere. Why not? You can go get oil anywhere and bless it and call it money oil. You can go get, Bath and Body lotion, pray over it and call it money oil or money lotion. But what separates my product from Bath and Body Works and also the other stuff, we actually charge. We actually, Reiki focus energy. We give the oil intention, the base of it. And so it amplifies the frequency and the energy of it. And a lot of things will come up too, when you're working with my products and all that. And so either way, like I said, I've made this, this size for people personally who were like, hey, do you ever make, horrible oil that I can just rub on my body? And yeah, so I do. So like, I'll be sending a picture of that. $55 for a reading for clarity if you want to clarification on what you may use this oil for. $55, that includes the oil and the reading, one question only via the email. We'll tap into the image and let you know what it is. Of course, like I said, if you always want a full reading over the phone, that's always available, right? Outside of the deal, that's always available. Outside of any deals or any special that we offer. And so, yes, the oils, the basis of the oils will be prosperity, protection, and money, or protection, prosperity, and love. Now, of course, y'all, we can interchange it out depending on who you are, what you're trying to manifest. We can change the love out for healing. Of course, it depends on, this part we're going to do a one-on-one. If you're wanting to, opt into doing the reading, I'll tap into what it is that you're needing, and I'll make that protection oil more specific to what you're needing. Protection from X, protection from the law, protection from the governmental rules, whatever, however. Okay, we'll get right into that. Like I say, yeah, I put a lot of energy, time. I take pride in everything that I offer, all the services I offer, and a lot of times, and I'm be honest with you, I do get a little, what do you call it? Spacey, and that's one of our things as an air sign. I do get, caught up. Let's say I offer a class, more than expected signs up for this class. And then I'm like, make sure everybody got their stuff. And sometimes I do miss people. Um, and, I always tell people, send me an email. If you have not got your, classes, any products you bought, send me an email, send me that receipt. I'll look over it, and I'll confirm, everything. And so, yes, honey, that's pretty much it, y'all. Like I said, I am drained. I am also craving some steak or some shrimp and or steak and shrimp with some motherfucking potatoes. And that's what I'm gonna have right now. Okay. I'm about to go have my dinner and just relax a little bit, y'all. And tomorrow, I'll be back for the last gift that the 5 days of gifts that keep on gifting. It'll be the last one tomorrow. Of course, check out the blog spot. Tomorrow we're doing our little summer solstice event. Shout out to, two people who signed up for it. They wanted a more one-on-one experience. And so I will be reaching out to you all tomorrow evening to kind of, touch base with you and then, to go from there. Of course, I'll also be doing a customized video for you, for you too. And we'll go from there. Like I said, tomorrow is the day. I think you had until 9 o'clock tonight to sign up for that event tomorrow. And we get into a lot of deep shit, honey. A lot of deep shit, elevating stuff. And I feel like everything that I've offered this week kind of goes hands in hand. Ancestral, karmic healing, once again, I know that everybody, is not seeking those services, let alone, especially on YouTube. A lot of people come here for entertainment. They don't come here for enlightenment. And I've come to that conclusion years ago. And so, unfortunately, a lot of people don't take advantage of things like that, especially going to someone who has the tools, the resources, the experience of either going through it and or helping others go through it. And so, like I said, that is available as long as it's posted. I think to get the deal, you have until tomorrow to sign up for it. Like I said, it's all on a blog spot. You check that stuff out. 40 days of protection. Like I said, that was included free in the Fast Money Rich that we offered 2.5 weeks ago. Yes, honey, shout out to those of you who signed up for that. 40 days. I've not got confirmation from some of you on whether you got the introduction video or not, as well as even, follow. And also things to y'all, I understand that we all get busy. Yeah, I understand that we all get busy. I always tell myself in the back of my head, like I have a window frame, unless I say like it's indefinite support. And I usually do that for like my high level classes. Let's say like, advanced magic classes. And I'm like, indefinite support, meaning you've taken the class, you're doing the work and you need, my guidance or whatever. I'm going to trust that you know what you're doing because you've taken the class. So like I said, I'm willing to offer, indefinite support for that. When it comes to a lot of other classes and stuff, y'all, I'm like, honey, if you wait a year or so, and I told y'all this story that someone paid for a reading, and then I'm emailing. I mean, y'all, I was blowing this lady up like she owed me a reading. And I did not get no response. And I'm like, okay. And I think I even came out and I said at that point, I'm giving a couple of days. You do not, reach out to me, you forfeit your money. Well, either way, I got a response to this person finally like 6 months later and was like, I was pregnant. My last few, months of my pregnancy was hard. And basically I still want to get the reading, but I'm going to have to put it back for a further date. And I politely responded back and was like, yeah, that's not how that worked, babe. The money was sent, the money was spent. So yes, services were supposed to be rendered. I was ready. I was prepared. I kept putting aside time. Even going into an initial payment was sent over. there was already a date and time set up for the reading, so you missed that. I was being courteous and reaching out to you and blah blah blah, and trying to check up on you. So, like I said, if you pay for classes, product, or any services, if you have not heard back from me, do not wait a month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, 8 months, 9 months to be like, hey, I didn't get it. Like I said, blow me up. Okay. I do not mind being blown up, honey. If you pay for the services should be rendered. Okay. And I take that very serious. I would hate to spend money on something and the person, the vendor or whoever I'm, doing business with, they don't respond back to me. So like I said, do not, wait to reach out and say, hey, I did not receive this, I did not receive that. Because at that point, it's like, okay, a lot of things are, done and over with. Let's say oils and stuff. I don't keep the same batch. I make fresh batches, and all that good stuff. So it's like, yeah, waiting down the line to send it like, honey, just get your oil. Don't open your oil. Your oil will last you 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, 9 months a year. Like I said, don't wait. Also, going into that as well, I have to go digging to see when did they send the money for this, and I got to go looking for this stuff. Which, of course, 9 times out of 10, I don't mind. But it's kind of like, honey. Okay. So yeah, that's pretty much it, honey. Y'all, I'm gonna go enjoy myself, and I'll be back tomorrow to give y'all the last final gift that keeps on giving. I truly appreciate y'all love and support throughout all these years. And like I said, I truly appreciate it. It really means a lot. You could be sending your money, connecting with other people, which I'm sure, some of you still do, like that. I don't care about that. That's not my business. But instead you find time, to support me, to invest in me, to, spend time with me, reach out to me. And like I said, I greatly appreciate that. I could be like a lot of these other spiritualists and YouTubers and stuff that just be hoping and wishing that they're going to get clients. The clients doesn't come through. So now they got to start making content to kind of convince the clients that this is the one they want to go with. And of course you should, advertising, right? But like I said, thank God, I stay booked and busy. Hello. Okay. Thank God. Okay. So anyway, go. That's it for now, honey. Let's see if there's anybody in this comment section. Come on in here. Lada, how are you doing, Lada? I hope you're well. Hey, I'm Dee Dee. How you doing, Dee Dee? Yes, honey. How's the weather over there, honey? I'm shocked to see like it's raining in New York and stuff. I'm like, it's raining. It's raining. Girl, California, it's cooling off now, believe it or not, y'all. And that's what I'm like, something phenomenally is going on. It's the first day of summer. If not tomorrow, it's going to be Saturday. I have not linked this to confirm the date. But either way, y'all, it's going to be cooler than it's been for the past 2 weeks for the next 3 or 4 days. Okay. And so I'm actually gagging like, girl, what the hell? Normally it'd be hot the first week before summer, girl. We burning up. You got to put deodorant in the crack of your ass and your inner thighs, underneath your boobs. Even if you don't got saggy boobs, babe, you got little crevices there. You got to put some deodorant there because, girl, you be sweating. Okay? You be sweating, honey. You be sweating, And I'm just like, whoa. The first day of summer is going to be cool. Cooler than it has been. That's amazing. So, anyway, y'all. Yes, honey, it's terrible today. Oh, my God. Lada, 485. Let me tell you, I don't want to think about it. I've been drinking my water. Let me tell you something too. I love essential water. I kind of got off essential water because for a while people were saying that essential water is artificially charged up, blah, 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 blah. And y'all, this is kind of where I started, and I kind of posted on my community post today too. I'm learning to be more patient with people and to give people more grace before I, call people out on their bullshit, in a sense of people will act like they're spiritually awakened. They will act like they're, magically inclined. But when it comes to the shit hitting the fan, they don't do rituals. They're afraid to do energy work. They're afraid to do whatever. Or they get caught up in the propaganda where now they're living in fear. Now they're anxious. Now they're worried about, getting caught up in some stuff. And I'm like I say, it's come to my over these past 5 years is that like spiritually knowledgeable and spiritually awakened is two different things. When you go through a spiritual awakening, y'all, it's a very dark, lonely process. And to even put it in perspective of it's like you're splitting up. It's like the old you is separating from the new you or who you actually are. And so you see things for what it is. So like I said, I've been, looking into things. I used to just kind of let things be prior, let's say like, 10 years ago, 2015, 2016, things will come up and I'm like, oh, okay, it's not that serious, whatever. And then sometimes I'll be like, well, let me tap in, spirit, what is this pertaining to? What is this dealing with? But I've realized, like I said, over the past like 5, good years with how easy it is. Hey, how easy it is for people to put videos on TikTok and Facebook and even YouTube, and people will believe it. Like, even if people come out with information on that this was like fake video, fake content, people still believe it, right? Like, I was watching something called the Chicken Club Sound. Now, y'all, now I knew this was a little weird thing going on here, and I'm like, maybe this has something to do with classy versus classless. I don't know. People who know people who are like gentlemen, like if you have anybody in your family that play golf, if they're a part of a cigar, team, do they go to cigar lounges? Are they, are they of a particular status? Hell, even going into Masonic, right? They know what a lot of things mean. And so I always knew that the club sandwich is literally a sandwich that was served at a club, also known as a gentleman type of, establishment. But it was like chicken lettuce over bacon or something, or under bacon. It was something like that. And I'm looking at this Facebook video this guy said. It took me 45 years to figure this out. And all the comments like, me too, me too, me too, me too, me too. And then the people, oh, well, I learned that about 5 or 6 years ago. Nobody in the comment section did not say, no, this is not true. It does not mean chicken lettuce under bacon, because what would a turkey club sandwich be considered? A talab? And so I had to go in there and comment and say, it sounds cute. It sounds debatable. But unfortunately, that's not why it's called a club sandwich, son. Unfortunately, but fortunately. And so I'm just like, I've realized during this whole process, like I said, 5 years of everybody being locked down, is that there really are people that are just lost. Like they're lost in the sauce. They're deep in a hole. And it may even come across as a Mandela effect, because you hear me say that from time to time. Like, I be feeling like I be in this world alone. And not really, but like in some of my experience, I'm feeling like I be encountering things, and I feel like I'm the only one that's understanding what's going on. Everybody else gonna kind of go above their head, or they'll kind of repeat what the scenario is being shown, but I'm seeing what is really going on behind the scenes. And I even call it out, and the energy that is portraying this will straighten up and change. So I'm like, oh, I know I'm not tripping. And so I'm just like, it's a crazy thing. Like, once you know, you cannot unknow. Once you see things for what it is, once you go deep enough in the rabbit hole, you will start to, like I say, see things and know things. And it doesn't, the stuff like once to like, I be thinking right now, like the shit that I liked or even knew about, like when I was like 19, 20, to think about that now, I was like, how could I have been so dumb? And I had to like forgive myself and give myself grace as well. That was part of my affirmation and healing work, because like I didn't know better. Like I had an idea of better, but I live in a world, I live in a society where everybody has to, either bully you into being the way that they are, or bully you for being different. And it's kind of the same thing. Like, you're so different, they don't like that. They want you to be just like them. So now they want to fight you. And now you're not pretty enough. Now your hair don't look good enough. Now your body ain't good enough. And it's just like, but that's why we are 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 different 8 billion different people. Is that if you choose to wear, blonde 20-inch hair, then you put that on. If you don't want to see twinish blonde hair, don't put it on. But to actually tell somebody, ooh, that blonde hair looks a little crazy on you, or anything like that, like, girl, and so anyway, like I said, it's a lot. And like I said, I'm learning to, give people more grace. And even if I feel like you're not really getting things tangibly, I'll just tell together, I don't want to have that conversation. I don't want to talk about it, because I'm like, the concept of what's going on is so easy. And maybe because I know it. But even if I didn't know it, you're able to do your research as well. You're able to type in, on certain browsers and see information. And so, like I said, for me, it just be like, girl, where I be like, honey, I've been needing a break from the work, because I be like, girl, this shit, it doesn't make sense. It don't be looking right. It don't be sounding right. It don't be tasting right. It don't be spelling right. Where you're just like, what? Like, even today, what made me post that, I went to the store today because there's a white cake with buttercream icing that I love to, indulge on. And so I go there, and there was a lady trying all the grapes in the store. Like, she literally was opening up the container and just popping the grapes in her mouth. Now, y'all, the first thing I was thinking was, ew. Like, I even gave that look, because she's eating and she having her to look over at me. And I sure did. I said, ooh, and I jumped back. Because I'm like, the idea that a lot of people use the restroom and don't wash their hands. A lot of people, do things, touch their phone, play with their feet, touch doorknob, whatever. They do things that without washing their hands. So if some people are not doing that. So everybody is encountering everybody's, booty juices, coochie juices, ball juices, secretions of the penis, saliva. And and it multiplies. And so I'm like, girl, they did studies and stuff, and they showed like how the dollar bill has more fecal matter on it than the toilet seat handle when you flush it. Like, they were showing all this stuff. So I'm just like, oh my God. And so, y'all, I felt like, I was like, now am I the weird one? Like, am I the weird one for washing my hands every time I touch something that is germy, or before I put anything in my mouth, or touch my face, or touch my eyes, or touch anything intimate? I'm washing my hands. Like, am I the weird one? Because I used to say I'm a germaphobe, but I'm like, no, I think that's the normal behavior. Germaphobe is like really saying, like, you can't walk on the ground I walk on. You can't touch the same doorknob that I touch. You can't breathe the same air that I'm breathing. Like, I need you to be over there and I'm over here. Yeah, but I'm like, I just don't understand how this lady would be at the store touching the shopping cart. Don't know how many people touch the shopping cart. She's touching her phone, her purse handle. Girl, it's probably been on 4 of her car. That means that everywhere she stepped, the bacteria is on the inside of her car and crawled onto the purse. Then she doesn't know who touched these grapes, and she's literally eating it. And girl, she was enjoying it too. I said, nasty ass witch bitch. And so I'm just like, girl, what is going on? And then I even asked one of the girls, I was like, you understand what happened? And she's like, no, what just happened? So I'm like, I was the only one that just saw that. Like, Mama ran over there to sample these grapes. That's what made me look. And then she put the stuff in the cart, and then she left out. But she didn't buy everything she touched. And that's why, even going into the bins, when I go to certain stores and they sell food and stuff in the bins, they have a nice truck, like Sprouts. They have good trail mix and stuff in the bins, but I have to have them to bring it out from underneath the out the bag fresh, because, baby, I've seen people do the same thing. Scratch their fucking eyes, scratch the top of their fucking hair. I don't know what is going on. They take the lid up, they stick their finger in it, they eat the little thing. Oh, this is good. Put the bin down and go, and they just keep doing it. So I'm like, I'm sorry. I don't play with my own cooties. So why would I eat after somebody else's cooties? So like that, that's just common sense for me. But I'm just like, girl, this is a fake situation. Not to mention after that, to put the icing on the cake. And this happens a lot, but I was really like, what the hell's going on? I'm on my way to get gas, and there's a 3-way stop to come out of the parking lot. And it's 4 ways to go, but they leave one of the ways to open because, they come in, they don't have to stop. So we're all, pulling out the parking lot, and a electrical Honda, go figure, a Honda, but it's electrical. Hello, electric. She pulls out. I'm ready to go. Mind you, there's a three-way stop here. There was a car stopped. She could have went ahead and turned. What did this electric Honda driver bitch do? Stop in the middle of the damn thing like her car would not go. I have to stop, which stopped this car from coming, and we were just like all locked in. So I had to back up. And when I was backing up, this bitch looking at me like, what are you doing? Duh. We're locked in the fucking parking lot and we're all trying to get out safely. Unless you don't mind getting your fucking car hit the fuck up, bitch, I'm getting out the fucking way. Duh. So when I backed up, like I said, she's looking like, what's going on? Then she got it, and then she went ahead and left. And I was like, oh, girl. Yeah, girl. Listen, baby, listen. I always said I was a hermit crab. Baby, that is my wishful thinking creature. Okay, one of them a hermit crab. I'm like, people be testing the limits. And I don't know if it be them or just energy and spiritual teas and spiritual influences. But I'm just like, people be testing the limit. And especially if you like, girl, it was obvious what was going on. Like I didn't have to explain, like, we're all in our car. You're watching, when you're driving, you're visual. You're looking at what's going on. And so I thought, oh my gosh, she's going to go, and then I'm going to go, and then this guy is going to come this way. But no, she stopped dead on as if it was supposed to be an accident, girl, and the spirits prevented it. I thought about calling the police to say reckless driving. That's what I thought about doing. I thought about being a snitch bitch witch and saying there is a woman in a Honda electrical SUV, and that Miss Thing, she's driving irrationally. We don't know what's going on. She's stopping, going. I don't know if she's drunk. If she's she needs to be on some medicine. I don't know. But yeah, honey, Muggy Hot. Come on in here, Muggy Hot. That's good for some hair, though. I like Wakia water. Ooh, that's good. Essential Waters really does it for me, though. And Avion. Girl, they be cute over there in France. They be cute. Livo, Louis, whatever. But Essential gets me up, y'all. And so I've been drinking that, and I do feel it. Yes, girl, it be really clearing out and detoxifying some tea, honey. We love it, honey. You said it, a mess, Lotta. A fucking mess. And I try not to honk the horn, because I feel like that just irritates people even more. Now you're in road rage. But I'm just like, girl, we got to do better, y'all. We got to do better. And of course, you can tell people what to do. I'm like, okay, either we all got to do better. I just need to keep my distance. I just need to, I haven't thought about going into a process anyway. 3 months, really like going in, doing some inner charging, inner tea. And then, this for the remainder of the year. Then the last 3 months, like really get in. Because I'm like, honey, I know it's not me. Because I even asked other people, like, what would you see from this perspective? They're like, I'll be totally pissed. Okay, so I'm not just overreacting. But yes, honey, let's take a walk. Okay, I gotta go, honey. My stomach is starting to growl and shit, honey. All I had today was blackened turkey breast, 1 slice, and I had some Hawaiian luau barbecue chips. That was it, just a little bit. You okay? You okay? You okay? You okay? You okay, baby? Get some water. Get some water right here. Get some water, baby. Bella. She doing too much, honey. This little bitch is doing too much. This little black bitch is doing a lot. This little black bitch is doing a lot, honey. Anyway, y'all, I gotta go. Love and light. Oh, y'all, tomorrow I'll be coming back too. I'll be talking about some things tomorrow too. Uh-huh. About some keys, y'all. How do my keys get caught up in their leash? This is so weird. I know, hold on, I gotta remove my keys out. Okay. Anyway, y'all. Bye for now, y'all. Love and light. Good night, Lada. Good seeing you, honey. And good seeing you, Dee Dee. Bye for